Week 2 of the high school football season, but week 1 for Oscar Smith, one of the best programs in the state for nearly a decade. They've come close to the ultimate the last few years. Tonight, starting the journey anew. I'm Nathan Epstein in for Bruce. Plenty of games to talk about, but Chesapeake is where we get started. Oscar Smith was denied a trip to the state championship game last year. Their season started tonight with a 9-year-long win streak at stake. Oscar Smith taking on Nansemond River, going for their 75th straight Southeast District win. First quarter, Tigers in blue on offense. 4th and 22, Sean Mitchell to Sky Keem Hussey for the touchdown. Coach Richard Morgan will like that, but he will not like this. Now, you're going to have to look closely. Khalid Wilson, the junior, has the ball, but he's stripped by Josh Covington, the senior. And the refs say Warrior ball. Yeah, Morgan not happy. They hung tough with the Tigers in the first quarter, but could not take advantage. DeCarrion Turner with the pick. They hand the rock right back over to the Tigers, and the Tigers will take advantage around the left side and in for the touchdown to make it 14-0. Oscar Smith took a 21-0 lead into the locker room. They add another touchdown late, and they go on to win it 42-0, 75 straight in district. Much more happening on the other side of the water. Brian Parsons spent tonight on the peninsula, and he joins us in studio with a couple of those game stories. Brian?
Hey, Nathan, some interesting games involving Peninsula schools, and we begin with an all-Newport News showdown between Heritage and Warwick. Heritage trying to rebound from last week's loss to the state champions, the Lake Taylor Titans. To Todd Stadium we go, one of the finest high school facilities in Hampton Roads, or the whole state for that matter. Second quarter, Heritage in white, already up 9-6, and the Hurricanes go for the big blow. Jeremiah Boyd to Amanye Watson, a 40-yard strike, hits him in stride. Heritage now up 16-6. That was the halftime score, and the Hurricanes came out just as hungry in the second half. Warwick with the ball, the screen pass, but the Heritage defense there for the stop and the loss of yards. And then here comes another big play by the Heritage offense, specifically the combo of Jeremiah Boyd and Amanye Watson. Think these guys have chemistry? Their first play covered 40 yards. This one covers 64 yards. Heritage gets bragging rights over its neighbors from Warwick. 36-18 is your final. Good game in Norfolk between the Granby Comets and the Kecoughtan Warriors from Hampton. Late fourth quarter, Granby in blue leading 14-13. The Comets, however, going to cough the ball up, so Kecoughtan has new life. But the Granby defense does not give in. Desmond Savage, the Kecoughtan quarterback, with nowhere to go, and he's pulled down by Michael Johnson, one of many Granby sacks. So the Comets get the ball back. Keyshawn Brown, the junior quarterback, connects with Bryce Boyd, and Boyd cuts across the middle before being dragged down by Caleb Tucker. Granby did not score on that position, so Kecoughtan would have one last chance. Under a minute to go. 4th down and 25. Desmond Savage, buying time, gets out of the pocket. Caleb Tucker is there for the catch. First down, Kecoughtan. All they need is a field goal to win it, but there appeared to be some confusion by the Warriors in the closing seconds, trying to down the ball and stop the clock. Time runs out on Kecoughtan. Granby hangs on for the 14-13 win over the Warriors. And finally, in Hampton, Bethel against Phoebus. Bethel in white. Navarro Price to Antoine Stewart, who makes a nice grab. It did not lead to any points. The Price going to be brought down by Andre Smith and Keyshawn Patterson's there. No score after the first quarter. No score after the second quarter. No score after regulation. It went to overtime, tied at 0, and then another overtime before Phoebus finally won it 7-0 after 3 overtimes. Who would have thought this game would have been all goose eggs heading into an overtime? Phoebus now 2-0. Bethel falls to 0-2. Nathan, back to you.
There's low scoring and then there's no scoring. Thank you, Brian. And with that, let's go right back to Chesapeake. Some 5A action. Hickory taking on Currituck. Pretty good student section for the Hawks. Start of the third quarter. Hickory in black. And take a look at this pass by Jackson Childress rolling out. Look at the arm strength and look at the catch by Max Stewart. They say he was out of bounds, though. The sideline can't believe it. Very close. Hawks now at the 3-yard line. Michael Ragudo to the edge. He fumbles at the 1. Refs say touchback. It is Currituck ball. The coach is a little bit disdained by it. But the Hawks hung on 14-7. They do just enough. Your winner, 14-7 again. Lake Taylor leading Monticello 33-0 in the fourth. That was the last report we received. Highland Springs out of Richmond, they get a 49-21 win over Norview. The Springers are usually state contenders. Wilson with an unbelievable 23-16 win over Lakeland. Get this, Marcus Devon returned an interception for a touchdown with 30 seconds left to give the Presidents the win. Gloucester gets a 51-20 win over Jamestown. Grafton 27-12 over Churchland, while York falls 16-9 at James Monroe. Woodside all over Menchville. Western Branch had to go all the way down to Florida tonight, and the Bruins are shut out 35-0 at Cocoa Beach. They're now 1-1 on the season.